Hi guys, this is Nicole Roberts, the Creative Catalyst. Check out my sweet shirt representing. I wanted to share with you guys a really interesting lesson that I learned the other day from getting this sweet battle wound here. Can you see that on my face? Let's see if I can get a good angle on it. This is the best I have looked in like a week and a half. See, my face was all swollen up. It was full of blood on the inside, and then it started to bruise. So first it was just really fat and swollen. Then it was swollen and bruised, and now finally the swelling has gone down and the bruise is finally going away and dissipating. My 7-year-old told me my face looked like it was moldy at one point, and lots of people assumed that I was a victim of domestic abuse. But the real story is I went to the dentist and somehow they nicked a vein in my face when they were putting the lidocaine in there, or whatever the friggin' shot's called that numbs your face. Anyway, nicked a vein and my cheek pooled with blood on the inside, and anyway, classic dental hematoma, right? And the result is me looking like I got the crap beat out of me for about a week and a half plus. But I actually learned something from all of this. Surprise, surprise. I always am looking for the lesson in things so that I can share it with other people. But here's what I was thinking. I actually went in to get a crown replaced. I had a crown in my mouth that was no longer working and doing what it was supposed to do. And because of that, bacteria, this is gross. Anyway, bacteria was able to get up in there, and every time I flossed, it would hurt, it would bleed. And if I left it the way it was only going to get worse, right? So the dentist said, hey man, we got to replace this thing or you're going to be in a lot of pain in the long run, right? So I go to the dentist and I try not to be a wuss about it, but I don't like it. I don't know anybody who actually likes going to the dentist. And after the lovely lidocaine, my face is swelling, you're probably going to have a giant bruise on your face discussion, then all of a sudden it's time to do the actual work. And they put this thing in my mouth. It's like a mouth guard, but it has like suction coming out of it too. So your mouth's like wide open. You can't do anything. You feel like you're choking on your own tongue. Like you feel like you're going to die, honestly. And your jaw hurts and the suction is like making all your teeth cold, and your other teeth all hurt from the air blowing on them. And it's easy to sit there and think, this sucks. I don't want to do this. What is this guy doing to me? I feel like I'm going to die. And my whole body was tensing up and I was fighting it, and my tongue was doing this whole like thing, like trying to swallow, and it was really hard. And I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Oh my gosh, I'm going to choke on my own tongue. This is such a pain. I can't handle it. And finally, I convinced myself that everything was okay. I forced myself to breathe, to inhale, to exhale. And believe it or not, I could breathe without using my mouth. Who knew? And I forced myself to relax. And when I stopped fighting this one little component, which basically the thing that was bothering me wasn't even the work the dentist was doing. I couldn't even feel all of the work he was doing. The thing that was bothering me was just this one tiny little tool that was in my mouth that I was fixating on and thinking that it was gonna kill me, basically. So here we go. Segue into the lesson. I couldn't help but notice as I was laying there in the dentist chair, mouth wide open, taking breaths through my nose, that the dentist is a lot like God. So often, there's a bigger picture. There's a problem in our life, our crown, that in the long run, if we don't do something about it, is going to create an uncomfortable, not good situation for us. And God, the expert, the dentist, knows this and wants to fix it for us. He knows what to do. He knows how to fix it. He knows how to make it better. And he goes in there, and we, as humans, see this one little part that's making us uncomfortable, and we think, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? I can't handle this. I'm going to die. And we tense up, and we tend to fight this thing that is actually helping us in the long run, right? But I have found that when we take a deep breath and we relax and we let the process happen instead of fighting against it, it works a lot faster, and we're actually able to, what am I trying to say here? We're actually able to get more out of this situation and be grateful for the end result instead of resentful of the end result, even though it's good for us. So, kind of crazy, right? Weird thoughts at the dentist as God, and, working on us and working on our problems in our lives. So afterwards, after I go home and I talk to him, and he feels really bad, and he's feels bad about the swelling in my cheek. He says it's never happened before, whatever. I'm like, it's okay, it's fine, no big deal. But a few days later, it was painful. And I had to take ibuprofen. I had to put hot and cold on it. And every night around like 6 o'clock, it just got to the point where it just hurt. My whole face was just throbbing. And there were a few times when I was like, even though at that point the crown was fixed and everything was going to be fine, there were still these like after effects where I was mad at the dentist, shaking my fist, thinking, ugh, seriously? And wanting to go punch him in the face to show him how it felt. And I couldn't help but think about how often we do that to God. He fixes something in our lives, but because of, the dentist said, everyone's anatomy in their face is different, and that's why this happened to me. So because of our different anatomy, when God is fixing things in our lives, sometimes there is an after effect based upon us and our mental attitude, or the just whatever place we are in our life. And there's some pain, some reciprocal pain that we have to deal with afterwards. And how often do we shake our fist at God and we say, why did you do that? Why did you hurt me? Why would you put me in this situation? Why? And we forget that there was a reason for it in the first place. And that's just part of the process, part of the reciprocal pain and the getting over it and the healing that comes from fixing problems in our lives so that we can be better and be more whole, essentially. Anyways, random ramblings from my getting the crap beaten out of me by my dentist. So there you go. I hope that you guys were somewhat inspired by this message. I hope that your takeaway is that sometimes we just need to trust the process. Trust that there's an expert that is fixing the things in our life, that knows what he's doing. There might be some reciprocal pain. There might be some uncomfortable situations. But again, if we relax, trust the expert, and realize that sometimes pain is part of the process of growing and getting better and becoming a more refined, better version of ourselves, then it's a little easier to deal with and handle. You guys, I'm excited. I've got some big things coming up for you. All of these messages and videos and all of the creative posts that I'm putting out there, I promise are all leading somewhere. I want you guys to keep watching. Stay in the game with me, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the outcome we are going to create together. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And man, take a deep breath and just go with the flow. Someone else has got the reins, and it's going to be okay. Have a good one. Bye.